Very good. Yeah, I was just backstage watching the Olympics. Man, aren't those cool? Once every 4 years, we all pretend we know something about diving and gymnastics. Is everybody excited for story time? Very good. Shout out your favorite stories. Deadpool, creative. Great, yeah. All right. All those are pretty good, but I heard a really good suggestion I think we're gonna go with. It's been a crowd favorite. This one is Cinder Pool. Yeah, someone in here specifically requested it. I'm only doing this because of you, no other reason. It's not like it was scheduled at all. All right. Once upon a time, you know, it just doesn't feel right when I do that by myself. We all need to say those magical words together. Everybody, ready?
Once upon a time.
I said together. That was not together at all. I'm just gonna do it myself. Once upon a time, Cinderpool lived in a big mansion with his step professor and step mutants. That's right, the biggest of those step mutants, Colossus, was always making up silly rules for the mansion, like make sure you close the window when the air conditioner is on, and for the love of Feige, would you stop Donald ducking around the house? Why won't you put pants on? What is wrong with you? The other main step mutant, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, who has a few fans here, I see, was, no, it's too late, the moment's gone. She was always texting and rolling her eyes. She was so Gen Z. One day, a non-union and very expendable extra went running in front of the mansion screaming King Thanos was going to have the biggest battle of Phase 3. Yeah, and we all know that was the last good phase. Cinderpool desperately wanted to go to the big battle, but Kobasa said,
"No. It is too dangerous, and you are not a good part of the team."
And then they ripped apart Cinderpool's favorite costume, and Negasonic blasts it with her mind powers. It was honestly so cool, so Gen Z, so on fleek, no cap Sigma. I think I did that right, yeah. Cinderpool was distraught as he stumbled out onto the mansion grounds dramatically. But then Cinderpool looked up and saw, beginning to form, a beautiful sparkle circle. It was glorious. And out of that sparkle circle walked Cinderpool's fairy hairy god mutant. Out of the circle walked Cinderpool's fairy hairy god mutant. I'll just put it in front of you here. Wolverine! That's right, they cheered for you twice. Oh, fairy god mutant Wolverine! I desperately want to go to the big battle, but my stupid step mutants destroyed my costume.
Shut up.
He said lovingly.
What?
I'm telling a dramatic story. My costume's been destroyed. I can't go to the battle without it. You do something with a pumpkin and...
I don't do anything with a pumpkin. Why should I care? Stop whining. God.
Okay, I know, right? Well, with the beautiful life advice that Cinderpool got, Cinderpool went to the wardrobe department on his own volition, grabbed a brand new costume that was freshly laundered, put it on, and headed to the big battle. Cinderpool was late because he spent most of his time in the virtual queue trying to get tickets to D23. Yeah, it didn't pan out. I'm going to be watching on TV. But when he got there, the Avengers were winning. That's right. Captain America looked so good in those pants. Cinderpool looked for the fairy god mutant Wolverine, who was...
I can't do this anymore. I'm going to Pim's.
You know what, it's fine. Disney didn't own the rights to him at this point anyway. Cinderpool noticed, as the aliens were running away, that on the stairs of the alien spaceship was a single golden glove. Cinderpool went over and picked it up. It was beautiful, gold encrusted with colorful jewels. There were 6 of them. I don't think that's relevant. Cinderpool said, I wonder who this fits, and put it on. Yeah, after some buzzing, whirring, and clicking, it was a perfect fit. Then all the Avengers look over and start screaming at me. Tony Stark, most of all, is just there going, no, don't take this from me. I want the sacrifice. I don't want to be Tony Stark anymore. If I come back, I'll be doomed. Yeah, half of you who are laughing don't get the joke. Look it up. Then all the other Avengers start yelling too. You can't hear them over Tony, but the one thing they're all saying is do not snap. So you know what Cinderpool does. Snapped, right? It's pretty obvious. Cinderpool snapped. Physically and mentally. Happens all the time. And just kept snapping over and over. People were disappearing, reappearing. There were dogs falling out of the sky. Everybody was crying. It was really expensive for the VFX department. But eventually Cinderpool stopped. Everyone was back. And Cinderpool was the hero who saved the universe. That's right. That's right. Then all the Avengers tackle Cinderpool to the ground, rip the glove right off of his hand, and blah, blah, blah. They remake the movie years later. Tony Stark gets to be the big sacrificial hero, and it goes on to become the most profitable film in the Feige universe, the FCU. But it's fine, because Cinderpool went on to start his own film franchise, which breaks box office records. And then they had to invite Cinderpool back to the Avengers Endgame 2, Electric Boogaloo. And that right there is the end game. Did I start with a Cinderella riff? It doesn't matter. Thank you all so much for joining me for Story Time with Deadpool. Seriously, you've all been wonderful. I love that you're throwing your children in the air in the back. That's great. Thank you all. Have a great time. Little doll pool.